Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is a continuation of my Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord War Sales playthrough. We have some things to discuss. I'm going to try and do it real quick. If I don't do it fast enough, I will put a chapter marker in for where gameplay begins. But basically, I think I might be seeing a little bit of a stutter. I noticed it most on the actual Bannerlord opening title screen, and I don't think that was a stutter. I think that's their looping GIF, because I noticed it most on the Kuzite, and I'm almost doggone sure that the Kuzite has a little bit of a stutter in that GIF, so it loops, right? But we're going to be monitoring it here in this game. Now, number one, look up at the top left. I think, if I tick the setting correctly, I think you're going to see my Steam overlay there. So you have FPS right here on the far left. I have kicked it up in my game to 65, even though I'm recording at 60. That just gives us a little bit of breathing room to smooth anything out, maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. Right here, this is a graph it'll show you in real time how the frames are hitting and whether there's any dips. You're probably going to see dips, for example, as we transition to different dialogue screens, but you should not see dips when we're fighting, especially with low numbers like 8, right? CPU is currently at 55%, 54 degrees Celsius. GPU is at 45% and 68 degrees Celsius. It's using 3.8 of its... Basically, this is 8 gigabyte of VRAM, but some of that is being used for system stuff. And then my RAM here, we're using 12 out of 32 gigabyte. Right here, the CPU is clocked at 4.57 gigahertz. So the reason this is happening, and this is where it'll take, I told my CK3 audience this in the Tuesday game, but I'm going to break it to those of you who are just watching Bannerlord as well right now. Basically, I got kind of almost a whim. I really, really wanted to play GTA 6 when it comes out, right? And that dovetails for me into GTA 5 because I've never finished that story before. I think I played it to about halfway through. I did the first it was the big jewelry store heist, and then I remember flying in a helicopter around a skyscraper, and that's pretty much where I ended it, I believe. I just stopped playing. I moved on to something else. I didn't get tired of it. I didn't hate GTA. I just moved into something else kind of natural. Something else caught my eye. Ooh, shiny kind of thing, you know. I've been wanting to play Cyberpunk 2077 for a long time now, but as I've been trying to learn how to mod it, I ran into hurdles. I think what was happening is that the game was going through like a major update at the same time, so my mods were breaking. As I'm trying to learn how to mod that game, so I kind of wasn't sure, you know, am I doing something wrong, or is this mod just broken? And it became an act of frustration, so I just kind of gave up on it. But that's been an ongoing hurdle preventing me from returning to a game that I really, really liked and that I still have the DLC to play, you know, so I'm really hyped about Cyberpunk. But whenever I decided, okay, you know what, I'm kind of entertaining the idea of bringing both of these to the channel. Cyberpunk, of course. GTA, I'm a little bit more hesitant on. Now, I'll tell you up front, here's the reason. I had to figure this out. Okay, everybody here on this channel that's been to my channel knows that I'm kind of front and center and outspoken that I'm a Christian. Now, does that mean that I'm a holy roller? It does not. Believe me, there's a reason I need a savior. I am nobody's saint. And, but I believe what I believe, and I've looked at that book and I've measured it up against the things that happen in life, and every time I run into something that I feel like the Bible addresses specifically, time and time again, whether it's in my own life or I'm observing and getting a large sample size by looking at a bunch of other people in a specific set of circumstances, that Bible always ends up being right. So I went with that, and then I developed a personal relationship with the Lord, and not everybody believes in that kind of stuff, but I'm telling you, I've experienced it. So once you experience it, you have to lie to yourself willfully to walk away from it, and I'm not into that. I've never been into lying to myself. So I kind of know what I know, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm not drawn to different things, and for various reasons. It just means that I try to walk the straight and narrow, But I was sitting there wondering to myself, we're going to get into this a little bit philosophically, but I'm going to try and not make this real long. But I was wondering to myself, as a Christian, what is it that draws me to these games? And then why is it that, well, let's answer, question number one. We're just going to gloss over it, because I would have to get into the details of my life, my upbringing, stuff that I find fascinating, like mafia movies. I've always really liked mafia movies, and I like the long ones, like The Godfather, that show you their whole system of operation, right? There's something about people taking care of their own business, whether it's inside or outside the law. That kind of appeals to me. Now, that it probably depends on what scenarios you're talking about and all that, but the point is that we could make a whole 4-hour-long video on digging into the intricacies of my brain. Let's just call it what it is. I have certain fascinations with things. I'm from the East Coast. I grew up with people from the Northeast. There's stuff that I wouldn't say being a criminal appeals to me, not at all, but dystopian underworld environments that have all kinds of things going wrong, right? That's something that both GTA and Cyberpunk have going. They appeal to me for some reason. Maybe because they're kind of like laboratories for human society. I don't know. If you've listened to me enough, even in this own discussion, you can tell that my brain would gravitate towards something like that, right? It's the kinds of things I'm interested in. But point number two became, well, between Cyberpunk and GTA, Cyberpunk's world is a lot more gratuitous in its violence, sexuality, and immorality. So why am I not hesitant about Cyberpunk, but I am a little bit hesitant about GTA? And I think the answer to that is, in GTA, you are playing the criminal. In Cyberpunk, it just feels like you're somebody who's sort of enmeshed in a broken society and just trying to make the best way they can through a maze of confusing yes-no options, right? And I can relate to that. I think anybody can relate to that. But in GTA, you are the criminal. You are the person willing to break 1,000 backs of your fellow men to climb up one more rung. You're the person who's about, I'm gonna get mines first. Right? And those things do not appeal to me. So I kind of, sometimes I think I get tired or burnt out on it. To me, it feels like it's too dark or something like that. So that's why I'm not really promising anything when it comes to GTA. All I'm admitting to is that I have a certain fascination with it right now. So we'll see how that goes. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to bring Cyberpunk online in January to play alongside Bannerlord. And then whenever we're done with Bannerlord, I'll bring GTA 5 in. But both these games, Cyberpunk and GTA 5, got me to thinking, well, I want to play these with those photorealistic or near photorealistic mods. And to do that, I had to upgrade my PC. So I did. I borrowed money from myself, from my savings account that I have like myself set up on a payment schedule to make sure I pay it all back. But I ordered a new motherboard And the reason I got the new motherboard was not because I hate my current motherboard, but because my CPU is on its dying last legs when it comes to relevancy. I have an i7-9700K, and it is at the edge of its shelf life when it comes to modern gaming. I also have low performing RAM. Even for the current motherboard I have lower performing RAM. I didn't really know what I was doing here. I have 2133 megahertz performing RAM, and 32 gigabyte of it, but it's still slow, you know. So right now I'm CPU throttled, and so I needed to get a new motherboard. So I got a Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite. I was actually recommended by AI to get the Eagle version, but the Aorus Elite was better, and it was selling at exactly the same price. So I got that. And I ordered a RTX 5060 Ti. Now that's a big jump up from my 3060 Ti, and I'm telling you, my 3060 Ti has been a hoss, an absolute workhorse. It's done a lot of work for me. I'm super happy with it. But jumping to a 5060 Ti that's going from 8 gigabyte of RAM to 16 gigabyte of RAM. It's going to be a substantial improvement. I won't need it for games like CK3. Heck, most of the games I play, I think, won't need it. But games like Space Marine 2 or Cyberpunk 2077 modified, or maybe not even modified, just even standard Cyberpunk with ray tracing, GTA 5 enhanced, modified, that 5060 Ti is gonna do a lot. I was gonna get a 5070, but that's where you saw a really huge jump in dollars. So the 5060 Ti, both by my opinion and both Grok and ChatGPT, is where the sweet spot is whenever you're looking for bang for your buck. Performance per dollar is outstanding at that 5060 Ti range. And specifically, I think it needs to be the Ti, because that's where you get the 16 gigabyte. The other ones, the non-Ti's, they're either 12 or they're 8 gigabyte of VRAM, so not nearly as good. Okay, so I have all that coming in. In fact, some of it showed up today. The rest of it shows up later this week. So that's coming in. And the other thing, though, that AI told me is that whenever I put all of this information in to tell it what I was doing, I wanted the AI to know I'm not just playing this game. It's important that you understand I'm recording it on the same machine at the same time, because that's going to eat up resources, right? And so I gave it my OBS settings, and I told it where everything was saved at. My games are saved here, my recordings get saved here, my OBS is running from here. And it basically told me, that's trash. It said, don't do that. So this is where we're getting to the heart of the matter here, and we should be wrapping this up real quick. I went ahead and followed its advice. It told me you need to have your games and your mods on the same drive, and that drive needs to be separate from wherever your operating system is. So I was like, okay, so I shuffled some things around. I deleted where my, before I had like a separate partition on my C drive saved for my games, and that became my Steam library. So I went into Steam, I deleted that library, I uninstalled all the games, I reinstalled them onto my NVMe SSD. That's my fastest SSD. And any future mods that I have, I downloaded Vortex, and I set the Vortex mod library up to be on that same drive, that NVMe SSD. So that's all set up now. Then it told me I need to save my recordings not to my hard drive, because it said that's what I was doing, my mechanical hard drive. But it said that can introduce stuttering. And so I changed it. Right now I have it. It told me I could do that either on my SATA SSD, which is what my operating system is on, or on my NVMe SSD. So I have my recordings being saved to my NVMe SSD, and once I upload them to YouTube, I then move them to my archive drive, which is my mechanical hard drive. Hopefully this is all making sense to you guys. Upon doing that, though, whenever I launch this game, to me at least, it looks like I might be seeing some stuttering. So we have the monitor up here. The monitor is staying, from my short bits of testing, it has been slammed at 65 FPS. But I've realized from reading that stuttering is not always tied directly to FPS. In other words, you could have rock solid FPS on average, which is what these FPS meters are reading. It's sampling your live real-time FPS and then spitting back an average. But you can still have stuttering within that. So we're going to test that out and see how that goes. Now we're at about 15 and a half minutes, so I am going to be putting a chapter marker in. But the very last thing I'll say is that I learned something with my audio too. If you guys notice, I think it's true that my vocal audio sounds different now, and maybe even the game audio, and that's because I went through, again, AI helped me out here. I learned that I needed to go into this HyperX Cloud 3 Ingenuity software and disable their DTS spatial sound. Their DTS spatial sound is whack for some reason. Disabled that, and I was told instead to go download Microsoft DTS Space X. And so I did that, and I'm using that for the spatial sound and using the bass boost from the Ingenuity app. So for any of you that are with have a Cloud 3, if you're experiencing audio issues like I was, where it sounded like you were talking through a tin cup, that's what did it for me. And it's not like I'm not still making tweaks to audio, but right now I'm pretty satisfied with where things are at. Okay, 16 minutes and 42 seconds. Let's just round that up to 17 minutes. Definitely going to put in a chapter marker. This is now where gameplay begins. And what we need to do is, well, first we're going to go track these guys down, and we're going to do a sample fight just so you can see the audio and see the graphics and watch this up here and kind of test this along with me. But then we're going to come right back here and we're ready to buy a workshop. So let's leave and chase these guys down. Now I believe, see, there's like a hop and skip here. But FPS says 65, you know? We're going to leave him be because I want to do this during daytime. Also, we can upgrade our guy on stewardship. Oh, I forgot to look this up. We cannot be a governor. So you would think negative 10% troop upgrade costs and negative 10% food consumption during sieges in your party, because you get to make use of both of those perks. However, double the morale bonus from having diverse food in your party sounds awfully good. It sounds awfully good to me. That would be a plus 12 on food variety instead of plus 6. Sticking us at about 71 party morale. So I think I'm going to try that out. I won't be able to use that governor trait, but at some point in time, probably in the near future, money is not really going to be a concern for us. And I don't really tend to do a lot of sieges. I would like to change that, but as of right now, I just don't. Alright, we're here to fight with you. No justice demands, and attack. Alright, so I hope that my audio is getting a little bit closer to what it was whenever I had my Cloud 2 set up. There's no getting around it. That Cloud 2's microphone was light years better than the Cloud 3. But with software and tweaks and messing with the EQ, we can get a pretty close approximation. I've noticed that I'm still having issues with things like cutoff or squelch. Really, it's more like cutoff, like clamping. How fast your voice gets clamped down based on settings in the software. So anyway, that's stuff that I'm still messing with.
Through attack, hold arrow!
And if I run like this, you can hear the spatial sound come into play. So 65 FPS is rock solid up there in the top left. See how it's all in the left speaker? And now it's in the right speaker. You can hear those guys in the background. And as I get further away, I think that the main group, yeah, their volume reduced. There's like, it doesn't do it perfectly in a perfect gradient. It seems to be like tier levels where it kind of snaps down a couple dB in volume. But that just might be my impression based on one try. So FPS was really rock solid. I record at 60 FPS, so I've given us an additional 5 for things to just try to make it smooth, you know? Okay, so in the last episode, if you recall, we pared down the army a lot. I've only got 30 troops now. Eric has gained generous trait, okay. And, in the interim, off-screen, I've been able to work myself up to 35,000 dinars. So we're going to go to Hargard here, which is Hargard. If you look up here, I think it'll... well, we can mouse over it too. Where is it? Prosperity is what we're looking at. It's at plus 14. So it's doing really well economically. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell these prisoners back, ransom them, and then sell items right here. You can see we're at almost 72. It tells me that I'm getting plus 6 for food variety, but I guess it's actually giving me... oh, the gourmet there. The gourmet is the additional plus 6. Okay. All right, now... what I was telling you guys in the last episode that I wanted to do was I wanted to set my wife up as a caravan trader because she's really good for it. She has good skills for that. Not just the trading, but also some leadership skills and stuff that just would make her an excellent caravan leader. But I realized we should, you know, caravans can get jumped and taken prisoner. We should instead invest in workshops first. So if we look at the villages here, we have Grudhamar. Let's find Grudhamar. Grudhamar produces sheep. We have Vorfjall. Vorfjall produces salt. There are no workshops that make use of salt. We have Fairgap and Lovahite. Okay, that's these two down here. So we have grain, so that's a brewery. And we have flax, which would be linen. 61 defenders. The militia is 61. Villagers are 39. 44 and 62. So let's get the brewery first. Plus 0.59. Okay, and they also have a higher hearth rate. So I think they'll produce more. So we're going to take a walk around town. And this place is huge. So I talked for about 17 minutes, so we'll probably go for about an hour 20 today. I could have given you guys so much more detail, guys. And I'm one of those like TMI kind of people. I'm very open, and then I speak a lot about context. So 17 minutes was really good on my part, because there's a lot more I could have said. Let's see, we're looking for the brewery. Just kind of check out these Nordic villages. Look, they got the ships down. Man, this is actually pretty stunning. We're at 48, 49 frames per second, so inside the towns, it's, yeah, see, it is skipping, man. Inside the towns, it's a little bit more sketchy. I think what I'm going to do here is try going to performance, and I'm going to untick depth of field. Maybe take bloom off. Bloom looks nice for explosions, though. Let's try taking these three down. And just try that for the moment. Well, FPS really jumped. Yeah, it really did. Remember, we were at 47. So, clearly, these towns are much larger than the typical Bannerlord town. Got a second bridge to cross. So the fact that it's skipping makes me a little bit nervous about my SSD. I mean, that should be performing better than my SATA SSD. That's why I consider it to be important. I went from a SATA SSD to an NVMe SSD, and it got worse. Now, I don't know if maybe that's because OBS is located over on the SATA. That might be something else I try next, is to uninstall OBS and reinstall over on the NVMe drive. Okay, this is the chick we need to talk to.
Well now, stranger. Peace to you. What is your name?
Eric. I'm Drina. There's some who know me as Drina the Wart. That's a term of respect, by the way. I've heard of you. At last we meet. We sound like a good man to... Or you sound like a good man to know. Let us speak together from time to time. I want to buy your brewery. It'll cost you about 27K. Yes. Okay. We now are the proud owners of a brewery. And it cost us most of our money. 8,500 is still good to have. So we're not doing terrible or anything. At this point in time, we now just need to keep hitting bandits, while also looking for, I think her name is Melgwyn. That doesn't sound right. What is her name? I have her... Mesui. We're looking for Mesui. Danos of the Northern Empire has been taken prisoner by Mesui. Well, it doesn't say where. So she apparently is no longer in custody. That's where she was the last time I checked. So she's out and about. She just took somebody prisoner, so we'll be looking for her. Never met her before. ALD of the Iverson has reached the age of 2 and she needs your guidance. Okay. Vigor and vigor. And she gains some aptitude in control and social. Those are two good skills to pick up for the archetype that I've been setting our clan for. And if we mouse over here, I'm surprised that doesn't show the gold, the brewery I just bought. Let's make sure that we have it. No, where is it going to be at? Other? Yeah, there it is. Okay, it just isn't making money yet. Give us some time. Oh, Gulta, another baby. Born to Firgir and Gulta. Great job. We have more clan members. This is kind of the awesome thing about doing the story is you start building a family right away and you got multiple members, so that goes quick. I guess we'll chase these guys down. I'd like to find some bigger groups. But as long as we're getting like groups of 8, then we'll use that. See the graph? The graph is working now. We'll use that to level up our companions on.
Hold fire!
Right now, I just want them focusing on their melee skills. Audio sounds good to me, guys. I didn't even watch anything up there on the meter. It just, everything looked smooth to me though. And the audio is sounding quite good. I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. The only thing that's giving me pause is the whole thing that I talked about for those, or the stuff I talked about to get to my main point of the stutter that I think I might be seeing from, and it's very slight. It only happens on the map screen, it seems. But I haven't found we haven't been in a big fight yet. Anyway, you know, from putting it on the NVMe SSD, which kind of blows me away. Okay, this is op. Op. Leadership. Endurance with athletics, that might be good. Throwing. And an attribute point to control. I would consider endurance to be more important. Wrestling matches, this would be two-handed, and vigor, roguery. Okay, so let's go never tires out with a focus point into athletics and an attribute point to endurance. So he's now 3-1-3. No, we don't need anything into writing right now. Just role-playing this, that's not how we're tuned culturally. No, we don't want a bow. Do not want a bow. Trekking around nearby hills. Scouting, Smithing. One-handed. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take that. Alright. And he is committed for his vigor, so he got an attribute point to vigor. Well, that's really good. That's a very good... Everything there it fits right into my template. No wasted points. How am I doing on food? 89 days of food, okay. Hey, group of 13. We will attack them, and I'll bring group 1 right along with me this time.
Soldier! Infantry! Hold arrows!
Okay, I told my mainline infantry to engage in melee, and I told my companion group to keep their ranged on. So what we should see, you can see them holding their javelins, the bow in her case. We should see them pull up and start hurling while the main infantry moves in for the kill. Performance seems really good. Okay. Nord Warrior 2 of 4. Not yet. We'll leave them waiting for their promotion. I feel like I got turned around here. No, I didn't. We've just taken a lot of land. We took tile. Oh yeah, they took Belgard back from us. We need to get that back. This is the area I need to be in. Let's go ahead and... So I was kind of headed in the wrong direction. Okay. Now, it could be that I was seeing these skips on this map before, and I just don't remember it, because I've had it before. I mean, there were times I had to have this map on quarter resolution. It just depended on how the game was optimized for that iteration, you know? So, it's entirely possible that because I'm used to that happening and thinking it's not a big deal, that this was happening before I made the change. It's just that now that I've made a change, I'm like hyper aware of any differences. Let's stop in at Makeb. There are 37 deserters here. That could be a nice little fight for us. They are much more on par with my group. So what we'll do is we're actually going to save it over, because I was saved on temp, we're going to save over ongoing 1. Okay. Oh, they're running from me. That means the computer doesn't like its chances. It's hard to tell, but it actually does favor them a little bit, I think. Alright, these are Kuzites, so it could be a problem. Soren is my mainline infantry commander. Blag. We need to make one. And he needs to, let's see, these guys prefer shields. They all have throwing weapons. They all have pole arms. I don't really know how to split that up. Let's give him 10 troops. 14. Okay, less than that. You know what? We need to... We're only 30. Blag needs to just team up into her group. We'll do it like that. Okay, for group 2, it's gonna be... Alrika is the captain of group 2. I will be the captain of group 4. And everybody else will come with me. Okay. So... I'm not really sure how this is going to go. Let's set up in a defensive manner in case they charge us.
Men, move now! Forward! Move now! Warriors, move!
Like right there. And then 4, group 4, my group.
Move! Move! Forward!
We'll go right here. And, man, my mouse wheel's kind of inverted, it feels like. Not very intuitive. So that's group 3 right there. My archers.
Loose formation!
And go ahead, have them spread out. Alright, now that... Oh, that's right.
Footmen, make a square! Infantry, skate formation! Change formation! Square formation! Change formation!
Alright, here they come. Gosh, point blank, man. I finally got a hit. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't hit. Okay. Let's get back to here. We don't want to be isolated. Missed him. Oh shoot, I didn't realize what I was doing here. Oh! Take that, sucker. Oh, he's got a pole arm I want. What? Where are you at, good sir? Way out there. See, you can hear them coming and you can hear where they're coming from. That's a tactical advantage. That's a little bit more like real life. That arrow hit me for a lot of damage. Oh, how'd it get through? Charge me again. Do it. I think they're down to 2. Looks like all of my archers got taken out though. Uh-oh. Ow. Yeah, I see ya. Mano y mano. I took a hit. Sometimes you gotta get hit to give a hit. Alright, we win, man, but we had a lot of deaths. 3 warriors, 1 sky god chosen, 1 shield biter, and 1 berserker. Those are high-level troops. Alright, your troops will get 301 experience. Okay, that's if I donate it. Large bag of step arrows. We'll be looking at those. For our girl, Ulrika, I think her name is. Okay, Ulrika, not as good. Okay. 6 and 12 versus 12 and 6, so 6 or a half dozen of the other. I think it's going to be the same for everybody else then. We'll keep the loot to sell for money. Let's get back to Makeb, because we are a sitting target right now. Man, this game is fun. I just enjoy being in this world. Ransom your prisoners. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. Enjoying being in a world is something like you see videos where people are acting as food delivery guys in Grand Theft Auto, right? Or they're going hunting. Or in Cyberpunk, you're just kind of walking around. You got these videos of people that just drive their motorcycle around town. That's enjoying the world. That's immersion, right? But this game and its mechanics and building up your family and the, I guess, the role-playing aspect of the progression of your character is something that I really do get a lot of enjoyment out of. The battles themselves are a lot of fun. Where am I at for athletics? 220. Okay. Here's what I'm going to make like a kind of a house rule. Once Eric... Oh, you know what? I can't. I would have to have another attribute point. We are now officially getting interested in writing. I need to build up my money some more first. My mercenary contract is paying $540. My workshop income now $221. So... Excuse me, we're now making $539. So we're at 15K already. We're going to build up a little bit more cash. And then we're going to start getting our companions ready for... You know what? We're not going to wait. I'm at 50 minutes. Let's do it right now, guys. Let's, tell you what, let's do this. Let's Let's try and head north into our own territory. Can I get into the river? Hold on, I can get into the river. Go to the port. I can't set sail. I need to call for my... I need to call fleet. Okay. Wait. Okay, fleet has arrived. We can set sail and we'll head north to Hargard. What we're heading back north for is to get more troops. I think we can plus up to about 60 now. Because we're making good money. And we're going to start outfitting. We're going to start implementing Eric's vision for companion cavalry. Or cavalry in general, but we're going to start it with companion cavalry. The idea is you got to lead from the front, right? All right, we're at war with the Northern Empire. So this is new to Nords. There's probably going to be plenty of people that frown on it. So we're going to have our leadership do it first. And as we prove the concept, then their influence will, we'll win people to our side. You guys see what I'm going with here? This is like a storytelling element. So we'll start it out with the companions first. We'll let the companions influence. I mean, they've been promoted to leaders for a reason. They have the ear of the troops. They were at one point in time just regular folks also, right? I don't know if that's the right way to put it. They were a regular troop, and they have been promoted. Or their nobility, part of our clan family. Well, we're not really noble, are we? We're sort of like Novu rich. So anyway, the idea being we're going to train our leaders in how to ride like the Kuzite, I think would be a good way to put it. That's who would have influence on us, right? The most influence. That's probably kind of who Eric picked it up from. He saw how they performed in battles and was like, that might be useful. Because we're stopping it, but it's a bit of a pain in the neck. And have our troops influence have our companions influence our troops as to how well that's accepted. And then we will show through proof in the pudding. Okay. So we're going to go to town. We're going to go to tavern. I shouldn't need anything here, actually. Recruit. These are Nords. That's what I thought. No. I want Nords. Okay, I'm sorry. Where are you? Recruit troops. We're going to recruit back up to 30. Well, we're going to recruit a little bit more than that. I want to leave some room to recruit Kuzite cavalry. But if I'm going to go to 60, then maybe I'll go to 50 or 45 on frontline troops. How am I doing? Do I want... I don't want my noble units yet. I don't know why. I'm just kind of guessing here. I'm trying to roleplay a progression. We only have 4 archers. I want that to be at 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you work? Yes. Alright, so I need one more archer. How many troops do I have now? 33. Maybe I don't need one more, because I have some Nordlings, right? younglings. One of those can be promoted to a ranged troop. I still did want more though, anyway. And inform the villagers of your discovery. Recruit. Give me, I guess, a spear warrior. And I guess I'll take... Where on the tree are you guys? I'll take the marksman. Okay, so I don't need to promote the Nordling. Excuse me, the youngling. Anymore. He can stay melee. I need about 10 or 15 more troops. I'm making 106 because our what do you call it? Our I just blanked on the word, guys. The money we make from killing these dudes. Mercenary. Our mercenary money went down. Oh my gosh, it's tempting, but I'm gonna pass on them. We will recruit those guys later. They're expensive, that's why. We're up here in blizzard conditions. Come on, man. Okay, no, not a Scion. Give me some basic farging recruits, you effing hooligans. Those should be a dime a dozen, not the other way around. Alright, I need a minimum of 5 more. Oh, you're gonna recruit them all. Okay, he passed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do that. Go to Thronderlag. Why didn't you just slide down this mountain? And, 10. Okay. Yeah. Yep, okay. Well, not counting myself. That's kind of what I was waffling on. Grab you two. Heck, just grab them all. I don't need blah blah blah. Because I got companions also. Okay. Leave here. I have 88 days of food. And I have troops to level up. So we need to get into some fights. We're pretty quick. 4 in our speed. I guess we'll do a nighttime fight here. And in this case, I'm not too concerned about the companions. It's my regular troops that I want getting into a fight here.
Footmen, move! Men, move now! Infect, shields up! Soldiers, change formation! Soldiers!
Oh, yeah.
Move!
They end up looking funny because they're in a crease.
Footmen, move to enemy!
Okay, so they're in a shield wall.
Form a line!
Take them out of shield wall so they move quicker. Those are my companions. I think that I'm trying to get into ranged distance just to help out a little bit.
Infantry, form a shield wall!
And I've got them on approach enemies, so they are going to cautiously, I think, approach. Homie, you better fight back, man. Okay. I had to give an assist there. We got 6 level ups out of that, it looks like. We are going for warriors. And we're gonna go... Oh, it's only one. We're gonna leave him be. Alright, we're gonna sell all that stuff. We're gonna head back into Kuzite lands and start looking for... Well, I'm sorry, we're going to now get outfitted for mounted cavalry. And then we're going to start training our companions for that. Okay, back into trade. What kind of horses? We only have sumpter horses, huh? That makes sense. The Nord lands would not have very many to pick from. If we go over here to horse, we do have chainmail horse armor, 5 of them there. That's very expensive. We're not looking for expensive. Definitely not. Definitely not. And the cheap stuff we can find anywhere. So off we go to first Hargard, because maybe they'll have some horses. They're a little bit closer to Kuzites, but I doubt it. We're just going to stop there and find out. I suppose I better know who we're at war with. I know the Northern Empire. Okay, that's it. We're at peace with everybody else. This is turning into an interesting episode as far as developments. The fights are not all that interesting right now, but our clan is developing and Eric is now beginning to implement his cavalry vision. Here in just a couple episodes, we'll start recruiting the Nordic nobility and get some really monster melee troops added in. So, let's see, we want to go to, where's the trade? Here it is. Sumpter horses. We're going to have to start really cheap, huh? Let's go to Baltakand. $82 days of food. Making 113, even without the income from killing bandits. There's Murin. Okay, that's our guy. I keep needing to remember to keep an eye out for Mesui. Excuse me, man. Mesui, Danos of the Northern... Okay, so nobody is really reporting on the whereabouts of Mesui. All right. Oh, you know what? I had step horses here the entire time. A number of them. Both of these are tier mount 1. Okay, so then let's just go with the, well, 4567, 4461 with 200 points. A little bit better charge damage. I'm going to take a step horse. Gulta will get, I think I'll just put us all on step horses. Blag, actually Blag, I'll put him on a Rouncy, just because he seems like a brutal. Soren will go on a Rouncy also, for charging. They both have spears, yes. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I want Blag charging or not, because he doesn't have a shield. That could work out pretty badly for him. Let's put him on a step. Olofun. I guess I'll give you the Rouncy. Wait, isn't Olofun my wife? Maybe not. Here, you get a step horse. Njaldar, big brother. You get a Rouncy. Fjörgir. Ooh, Fjörgir is going to need a sumpter horse. Alrika. You get a step horse. Okay, now we move over to here. And we're just going to outfit with some cheap saddles for everybody. Karahan, noble mount, speed 60, maneuver 77. That seems pretty fair, pretty decent. Actually, Gulta can ride. 6,000's a bit much. We'll just stick with steps for right now. Step horses. This is kind of an exciting step for me. All right, everybody has been taken care of. Let's save again. And attack immediately. Oh, they're all sticking together. Okay, they split up. Okay. There we go. We're gonna set this to that. Yep. Okay.
Troop forward! Soldiers, move! Skate formation! Soldiers!
You're kind of all set up weird. There we go.
Start after me!
All right. Well, here we go. This is the first time.
Infantry, raise your ship! Loose formation!
The first time we're doing mounted combat with a Nordic unit. Hey man, these horses don't feel half bad. They're little. They make me. I want to say pony. They're very small, but they sure do turn on a dime, huh?
So give him hell!
What are you doing, man? This is where we're gonna really be leveling up in polearm now. Got another kill. Yes. Yeah, I like these step horses. They're not the fastest thing in the world, but they sure do get you lined up on target real well. That dude's running. He's got a tree branch sticking out the back of his lung. Did we lose anybody? We didn't even get wounded, man. Oh, I should have looked at what the upscales were. Doggone it. The level ups. We're at an hour 12, so we should be able to do this one more time. One more time. Upgrade to Nord Warrior. Yes. Keep these guys the same, because there's only one of them. Okay, well, performance seems good. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I'm just seeing things because I'm hyper aware of it. Really, I've only seen a stutter like on the map and on the menu screen, where I think you just see stutters because the GIFs themselves that they use, the little cinematic loops, have some stutters in them. What do we have here? Pole arm. Footwork, plus 2% combat movement speed with pole arms, plus 2% movement speed to infantry in your formation. I might want to take that one. Pole arms that can knock down, ignore 25% knockdown resistance on thrust attacks, and plus 3 hit points to infantry in your party. I like that more. I like that more. That's going to be everybody. Yeah. We'll go with that. Okay, I have my first riding perk. I'm going to take Nimble Steed. Plus 10% maneuvering and plus 30 riding skill to troops in your formation. That to me is the easy pick. Doggone it. If there was ever a group of people where you wanted to use horses as melee crash cavalry, it would be the Nords. Did I just make a mistake? What's this? 20% charge damage dealt, 10% charge damage dealt by troops in your formation. The thing is, you could go either way with it because the Nords are so good at throwing. So, I still think this is just better. Even if you're taking role-playing into mind, which is kind of what I'm doing here, this still fits really well. Okay. Let's attack this group of 18. I want to spend some time leveling up. Oh, I don't want any help. Yeah, get out of here, man. Y'all look the same anyway. What's up with that? These guys are a pain in the neck. I don't want to take them on. Here we go. I want to level my companions up some when it comes to their riding skills and their polearm before I start recruiting Kuzite cavalry. But that's another thing that I'm really looking forward to because I've never really messed with the Kuzite. I've never had them in my army. I don't tend to get into fights with them a whole lot. I played as Valandia last time. I'm on the other side of the map.
Make a shield wall. Move.
What just happened? Oh, number 2 is everybody.
Infantry, move. True forward.
Why is that? Oh, okay.
Stand apart. Troops, move. Move. You heard it. Now move. Together, form a wedge. Change formation. Archer, stand apart.
There we go.
Stop, follow me.
Look at these clouds, man. You guys didn't get a chance to see it because I was just doing training, but I was way up there in the north where you have a lot of snow and the mountains have ice all over them. And especially at nighttime, oh my gosh, it looked almost real, dudes.
So charge!
Ah, how did I miss? Oh, you dodged out. 1 damage delivered. There we go. Right in the scapula. Oh ho ho. Oh, look at that. I was moving, he was moving, and I was still on target. That's tough to do, man. I'm gonna give myself a back clap for that. I deserve it. That was high skill. Let's call it at least moderate skill. Okay. So I had 4 kills and I gained 5 in throwing. We got +2 in archery and +4 into riding. +1 in polearm, +2 in riding, +1 in riding, +5 in polearm, so that's all going real well. Oh man, this is I don't know, it's neat. I'm looking forward to doing some off-screen leveling, which is what I'll be doing, so that whenever I come back, we're looking at getting Kuzite incorporated in. What do we have here? This is throwing. I don't even recognize this icon. Plus 25% zoom with throwing weapons and +1 daily security in the governed settlement. Okay. No, we're going to take last hit. Plus 50% damage to enemies with less than half of their hit points left, and +5 starting battle morale to troops in your party. So this at least, it's 2 perks I can make use of. I never zoom in, so I'll be taking that one. We don't have any other level ups. Let's skim through and see if there's any focus points or attribute points to not reassign, but to assign. Fear gear here. Let's give him an endurance point. And, am I going to keep him on horseback? Yeah, I think he's probably a future party leader, so I'm going to focus horse for him. Okay, continuing on. Nyaldar, Fear Gear again. Okay, so we've gone all the way through. Alright guys, let's save it. I just need to remember to put that chapter marker in for those of you who didn't want to listen to what's going on with the channel or my concerns about stutter, which really were kind of allayed during this recording. I don't see anything. The stuff I do see is very minor, which I was already saying it was minor, so I don't think I'm too worried. But I did want to be transparent and show you guys all that. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up on that. Again, I'm Aesop Grim. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, and I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues. It's you. You're half of you are mentally ill. The other half of you are sociopathic. You make trashy games that nobody wants to play, that's full of more sermons than it is good gameplay. It's your fault. Everybody hates you. Get used to this.
I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. No.
My side, the MAGA world order, is loving this. We did this to you, by the way. And we want all the credit.